Hello there folks and welcome back. So Sarah Kerrigan, the new agent of the Swarm, went onto the Amerigo and has found what she was looking for, some files about her past as a ghost, or rather the things that the Confederacy, I believe it was the Confederacy, did to her to make her into a ghost agent. So hopefully that will allow her to, shall we say, unlock her potential. So the next mission we have is called the Dark Templar, so we're going to see where this takes us. So we're still on Char, the primary hive cluster.
Do you feel that, Cerebrate? The protoss are here, on Char. They have been for some time, hiding. Protoss Commander, it was folly of you to come here, for I am Kerrigan, and I am Queen of the Zerg.
I know of you well, O Queen of the Zerg, for we have met before. I am Tassadar of the Templar. I remember your selfless exploits, defending humanity from the Zerg. Unfortunate it is to see that one who was once so honorable and full of life would succumb to the twisted wiles of the Overmind.
Do not presume to judge me, Templar. You'll find my powers to be more than a match for yours. In fact, I sense that your vaunted power has diminished since last we met.
Mayhap, O Queen. Or is it only that I need not flaunt my power in such an infantile test of will?
Foolish Templar. Prepare your defenses. I will come for you soon.
So there was actually a campaign mission or two that was cut from the original Terran campaign. I think they wanted the campaign to be 10 missions long for each faction, and not including the boot camp. That would have made the Terran campaign 12 missions. But Kerrigan did actually meet Tassadar in a mission. I think that's later been retconned to be either they incorporated ideas from that mission or they changed it around a little bit. But so Sarah Kerrigan has previously met Tassadar, but as far as we're currently concerned, that happened off screen, presumably, well, while she was still Terran. So our job is to exterminate the protoss, and again Kerrigan must survive, so let's go. So we want to keep Kerrigan safe at base, and you'll notice these two units, Guardians, these are going to be hugely important. They will allow us to basically lay siege to a protoss very easily.
I sense something strange about this Templar. Perhaps you should reconsider your attack.
For the last time, Zaz, you question my motives and authority at your own peril.
You dare threaten a Cerebrate? You'll be the doom of us all.
There we go. So we see that Kerrigan has emerged from her ordeal and become somewhat headstrong, shall we say. So obviously our Hydralisk is going to be quite slow to start off. We've got Guardians here. These move extremely slowly, but they do a lot of damage and their range is absolutely enormous. Their large hit pool, don't let that deceive you. Well, large by comparison to 120. They are not going to be taking tons of damage. Now let's focus on getting plenty of drones out. And in fact, I think I'm going to stick a hatchery down quite soon, because we already have a spawning pool, we already had a Hydralisk den. So that what that will allow us to do is build up quicker and also get some much quicker mining on the extractor. Speaking of which, I'm going to build an extractor there as well, and we've got another drone there to do some mining, and then we can put some more drones in production. And I can actually get a lair quite soon as well, which will be very tempting. Now, Kerrigan will be a good one to use in the initial defence, and then we want to be very cautious with her. I'm putting her in control group 0 just so I can quickly see where she is and what she's doing. And also I'm going to send this overlord just to scout over here a little bit, see what it can see. So we're getting to a point where we can very quickly just keep cranking the drones out now. Once this hatchery is done, I'm going to pop, I think, a few drones, 3 drones out of that to get them on gas, and then I can turn this into sort of a macro hatchery. So I'm not too worried about gas expenditure for the moment. I just want to focus on getting my drones up, especially because I'm going to need them for buildings. Now we've got our forces here will actually be more than enough to deal with a single zealot. I'm going to cycle up that Hydralisk to the back, just so it's not the first line of a, it's not the first thing that will get attacked. And I think we want to start considering the layer upgrade. And I think I'll put another creep colony down here actually, so we've got a second sunken. Now, if memory serves, there are some resources here that I'll want to make use of as well. So, I'm going to build that creep colony. It will also be handy to have a lot more creep. Now, I feel like a spore colony would be good there, but to do that we're going to need an evolution chamber. So there are some resources over here. Actually, gas is a more significant resource at the moment. So let's get an evolution chamber because it'll be nice to get some upgrades as well. Meanwhile, we can eventually get some drones out here. So I can get 2. I'm going to wait. Need more overlords. So I'm going to put 1 in gas then. Get an overlord from that. And then these 2, when they hatch, can go into gas as well. And then we're going to have a nice big gas supply. In fact, we're going to want to move over there quite soon, I think. So we'll notice we don't have a land bridge, so anything we move over we are going to have to either move a long way around or we're going to have to move over by other methods. Right, let's make this into a sunken colony and let's make this into a spore colony just to the back of our base, and I think now is probably a good time to start focusing on research. These are going to be really good. They double the attack rate of Zerglings, which is impressive. I also am going to want the Overlord speed, I think, just because I like being able to move them around quickly. We've got a Guardian there. I don't want to stick the Guardians too. We have a ramp here as well. I probably want to pay close attention to that. Let's get the Hydralisk speed. Let's get him mining. Well, it's mining. So I'm going to stick an Overlord over there just to keep an eye on things. And I think, just to be safe, let's get a creep colony here as well. Because I would not be surprised if we see a Protoss attack up that ramp. And we can afford another drone, definitely. I would actually quite like to get an Overlord. Ideally, you perfectly time your sort of Overlord construction so that you have them just in time. But that can be a little bit tricky in the heat of things sometimes. So, sunken colony down there, and I do want to get the Overlord speed. A lot of speed upgrades for the Zerg, which I suppose is understandable. You don't want a Zerg swarm moving across the map too quickly, but once they start sort of snowballing, I guess you do want them to be able to move with quite a clip. And also we're going to want to start considering getting some researches, some upgrades done. So I'm going to start, I think, on the speed, ranged attack. And I think it would probably be a good idea to actually get some Zerglings out, so we've got some more defences as well. We're fairly well fortified here, but can't be too careful. We've got an upgrade going on there, we've got an upgrade going on there. I think a Spire, is a good shout here. I don't know if we can get to Hive. We can get to Hive. That will be important for level 3 upgrades. Get some more drones. And I'm actually going to start rallying these down here. And we'll rally these here. We'll keep this hatchery for drones for the moment. Although eventually we'll probably have enough drones that we want to start manoeuvring them elsewhere. In fact, let's make that rally point there. Just to, as if to really hammer that point home. So this for overlords and drones, I think. I'll have to keep keeping an eye on the back of my base. Let's get some more Zerglings. If I can intercept them on their way, that's even better. It saves me some time there. Now you don't actually have to get the Spire to evolve into do the mutation into the Hive. I quite like the idea of getting some burrowed Zerglings as well, but let's get the Overlord range first, because we can always research that from here, because we don't need a layer to do that research. Yeah, okay. Because I like the idea of putting some burrowed Zerglings out on the map, just as a slightly more expendable scouting unit. To it, we'll get some more of those.
Our forces are under attack.
And here we go, we've got an attack up here. So, here we can see that I'm slightly concerned about... No, okay. Job's a good one. So fairly easily repelled, although we're going to have to watch out for those colonies. Right, I want you... Actually, I think it's an advanced building. Queen's Hive? Queen's Nest, sorry. Not going to build many queens, but certainly won't hurt to have. I'm quite tempted actually just to get a second evolution chamber, just to really crank up those upgrades. And those three can go mining over here. Now what I'm going to want to do is start moving over to start mining the other base. I might put another creep colony down just to give this one some reprieve. I'm actually going to start cranking out some Mutalisks, and you I'm going to start rallying over here as well. So you can go into control group 3, you can go and control group 4. Yeah, and we're going to need to increase our gas upgrade rate, our gas mining rate. Now, do we have the burrow? We do. So let's put one there. Let's get some more Zerglings out. There was an upgrade here I wanted to get. We definitely want the ventral sacks if we're going to start moving. If we're going to start moving protoss over. Not protoss, sorry. Units over. Drones. So this will give us a bit of advanced scouting. There is a way around. Actually going to see if I can get a Zergling up there just to see what's on the way. Let's get one more Mutalisk. We're doing very well on the minerals now. So we probably could swing some drones around. No. There's actually no ramp up there. Which is good in that it provides us some defences from being attacked. Let's see how long that's going to take. But obviously some downsides, and also if they do a successful drop there, that's going to be very damaging to us. So let's get plenty. Let's get plenty of drones ready to go. In fact, I think some more overlords would be a very good idea. Because if we have plenty of drones, we can make use of them to build a lot of spore colonies for defence there. I'm assuming I'm not missing a ramp. Yeah, no, there is no ramp up there. Which again, blessing and a curse. Of course, need some more overlords. One's already hatched. Do we have the upgrade yet? No. Let's see what else we can research. Definitely want the Hydralisk Spines, and once we get to Hive we can get this upgrade. In fact, which I'm going to start investing in now. There we go. In fact, you return that, and then there. And then we'll get some more Zerglings over here. Not Zerglings, sorry. Get some more drones over here. U3 can go to mining. U4 can go to mining. And I think we're doing okay there now. We'll keep this overlord around here just to keep vision. And in fact, I'm going to go and put a Zergling down there as well. I don't think I can queue up him burrowing, which is a shame. Build an extractor. Let's build a hatchery as close as we can. I think that's as close as we're going to get. And what I'm also going to do is build a couple of creep... can't do that yet. So these are going to have to wait for a little bit. In fact, let's take advantage of that. Let's take advantage of the fact we can burrow them. I don't think... Oh, yeah. No, he'll burrow on the way. So we've got a little bit of vision. Let's get some more overlords. We're floating a fair amount of minerals, so...
Our forces are under attack.
This is a huge problem. Dropped a Reaver on me. Don't recall them doing that, but...
Kerrigan, I
Fortunately, we'd saved just before that happened, so
Yes,
let's keep her a little bit safer. Put Hydralisks over here. They should be able to repel a Reaver. And I think what we learned from that is put some spore colonies down as well. So hatchery were only a few viable positions for the hatchery. That was one. And then these can burrow. It was a spore colony I wanted. So let's not get caught out by that again. In fact, let's get some more Mutalisks as well.
Yes, Cerebrate.
She has yes, she has Psionic Storm now, which is very nice ability. I'm actually going to unburrow those and just start those on the process of mining. I'm trying to think if we have anything else here.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, so there is something coming. Let's get the other flyer upgrades done. Working. So there's a Reaver there. Fortunately, the Dragoons couldn't quite see us. Aha! Interesting. I think we might actually be able to endure this.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's get some more
Vespene gas.
Mutalisks and some high. Okay, so we've successfully repelled that, but we're definitely going to need.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Okay. Do not want to lose this. Do not want to lose this hatchery. It'd be a huge waste. Right. Okay. Here we go. Creep colonies. Extractor. Let's see if we can get another creep colony there. Creep colony. Let's put a sunken colony in the base. In fact, let's put. These can start mining here. These can start mining here. So spore colony, I think. Spore colony, sunken colony. These three can go in here. Can lay there and then get dropped off over there. These three can go in here. I'm going to rally over there. These three can go in here, and then that's going to go and unload over here, and then bring them over here. Let's get some more creep colonies for defences here. We're definitely going to need these. Let's get that into a greater spire so we've eventually got the facility for guardians. Meanwhile, we'll get some. So, bit of a healthier position now. I'm going to build a sunken colony here in case they do get a drop through. And we're going to get a hit. These can go in control group 3, and we're also going to get quite a few more overlords. Still got control group 4 with Guardians in, and I'm actually going to start looking at using those soon as well. I'm going to send a couple of overlords out just to scout the map, get some more map vision. Because what we are going to need to start thinking about is we are probably going to run low on resources soon as well, so that's another thing to consider. So Zealot moving down there. I'm not going to worry too much about the Queen upgrades. I don't think we're going to be making much use of them. I am definitely going to look at getting these upgrades, and we are going to definitely get the speed attack. Right, okay, so there's some territory over here we can mine. One problem is going to be actually putting down a mining building. Now, one thing that will be very well suited for dealing with those photon towers would be these Guardians. What I want to get an idea of actually, and what I might actually spawn 1 or 2 queens for, is defences. Where are they spread? How many we're looking at? Because it might be easier just to drop that with some Zerglings rather than have some fairly vulnerable Guardians. So she can... Oh! That was a Reaver. Get Kerrigan out of there, absolutely. You don't want to crowd too close to the Reaver. Sometimes it's difficult to quickly control that. They do horrible, horrible things to the Zerglings. So these are going to come over here. I'm actually going to morph those into Guardians now. See, Guardians are very expensive, as well as the original 100 cost, 100 gas, 100 Vespene cost of the Mutalisk. You also then have to consider the 50 more minerals plus another 100 gas for the Guardian. So they are not cheap, not by any stretch, but they are very powerful. So we're going to make this group 4 now, and I'm wondering if we can move these around to Parasite. So we've got some potential scouting there. Or at the very least we can keep an eye on that part of the map. Now, I'm wondering if putting those into group 4, yeah, they will stay in the same group. So those can go in group 4 as well. We'll get a cluster of Guardians. So it seems they've started to move around. That might actually be quite the advantage to us because it will give us some more vision. So we've got another expansion point. Now defending that's going to be a trick. It'll be quite doable. Parasiting that shuttle would be very, very useful. So interesting. So I think they're massing for an attack here. So let's take advantage of that. So we have got a Mutalisk in that group, but I'm not too worried about that. What I quite like is these Guardians to use their superior firepower against the... So there we go. This will be a very easy group to clean up. And in fact, do we have another island there? We do. So let's do what we did last time and get some overlords to drop a load of Zerglings over, but we will drones over, but we will take quite a lot. Right, I'm going to get one more Mutalisk. I may get another control group just of Mutalisks as well. we can see it's a fairly hefty. Now that'll actually be fairly easy to overwhelm with ground forces, provided there's not a load of Reavers in the background. Let's have a scout around here. So nothing here to see at the moment. Right, we definitely need to take an expansion. Now the trick is going to be making sure we don't lose a load of drones in the process here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both groups of Mutalisks and Guardians over, so we should be able to deal with any shuttles. In fact, I'm quite happy having a mixed group of 3 Guardians, 3 Mutalisks. And let's get some more overlords. Spore colony there. I want to keep some overlords nearby. I do not want to lose those. But what we are going to do is move some of them over. Except for you, you can stay around here. Now, I'm going to make use of the fact I've got lots of extra drones here. And there'll be other expansion points we can take as well. Now, the trick here is that I can't actually build any creep colonies until we've cleared out until we've got some creep being built. Being issued from the right. This is interesting, and actually I'm going to get as many Hydralisks as I can and move them down to the bottom here. Although, let's see. Where's that going? I'm going to do a quick save because I might need to run and intercept that. In fact, I'm very, very tempted to intercept it anyway. See if those can get over there. So fortunately the shuttle was taken down before any serious damage could be done. I think that's definitely a call for another creep colony or two though. You get in there. Nope, we won't build.
Our forces are under attack.
Right, let's pull these into the... Now the scouts will eventually do a lot of damage, but between the scouts and the Mutalisks, should be able to weather that. But don't want the...
Our forces are under attack.
So we've got plenty of defences there now, and... Right, these can go in here, these can go mining, and the rest I'm going to use to build defences. I will want some sunken colonies as well. We'll put one in the middle at the moment. And I'm actually going to build some drones here, specifically for defences. Because we've got a lot of resources to spend, so we may as well use them. Speaking of which, definitely want to get some more upgrades here. These 3. Let's put them in an overlord, let's take the overlord over. So, sunken colonies, spore, spore, spore. Let's get another creep colony. Let's get another creep colony. And again, yet again, another creep colony. These I'm going to stick near the back of the base, so we've got some more sunkens. That can be a spawn. I think that's actually probably better served as a spore as well. We will build 1 or 2 there as well. Put a bit of space between them. And let's get some overlords here as well. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overlord drop on this little sort of fortification here. So we'll get a load of zerglings. They will be very nasty against the dragoons that we saw. Definitely want to get flyer carapace upgrade. And I think actually we're in a fairly strong defensible position. Let's bring... where are the mutalisks? Let's keep them over here for now. We should have enough defences here. Let's see what else we've got. How's Kerrigan doing? He's doing okay. Wonder... those researchers are just taking a very long time. Right. What we're going to do, move these over here. And then we're going to get ready to do a big drop. And while that's happening, last thing I want is to get ambushed in the base. Oh, these two should definitely go over as well. It's going to be quite a big drop force. In fact, I'm going to move quite a few of these back. I'm not going to move the Overlord back though, because the detection would be very useful. But what we're going to look at doing is dropping over there now. I wonder if I can get a queen over there to do another parasite. So it'd be very useful to see what we're dealing with up here. Okay. So, I was going to say that was a surprising lack of vision. I think down there we can just rush them with an awful lot of zerglings and hydralisks. Zerglings will take a lot less damage from the protoss, the dragoons attack as well, actually, because they are small creatures, which take half damage. I believe it's half damage from explosive attacks. Oh. Okay, they have Reavers there. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Didn't anticipate that. Should have scouted that first. Okay, that's fine. All replaceable losses. But let's bring a queen over here. Ah, now the Reaver down there, very much a concern. See, those Guardians do a lot of damage. In fact, it's quite tempting for me to put a sunken colony down there just so we can potentially overshoot. There's a lot of things gathered there. Now what worries me is, right, are we looking at many? Let's put a parasite on the Reaver. And actually, I don't see why we can't put a second parasite down somewhere. Gonna lose that queen. That was sloppy.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, these need to get out of here. They are not doing themselves any favours there.
Our forces are under attack.
There we go. Right, these overlords need to get out of here. Okay, let's get one more queen, just so we've got it. Pull these into the... Now, There's not actually as many dragoons as I thought, so definitely don't want to send in a big wave of zerglings. What we would definitely want, probably a lot of hydralisks if we do have to take it by ground, but if we can take it by air, in fact, at that point I'm tempted to try and snipe with some Mutalisks. Let's see what we've got over here. Let's put Sunken Colony down there. I'm going to make this control group 5, and I'm going to get a load more Mutalisks. I'm going to rally these over here, so I can have full control groups of Mutalisks. So at the moment that's control group 4, but eventually we're going to make these Mutalisk control group 4 instead. And control group 5, you can all be Guardians. So that's control group 4. I want to leave 1 and 2 control groups for uses for land units. Definitely want to get some more flyer carapace upgrades. So they're on 3 now. So how many more Mutalisks? Another 4. I will be a second. Okay folks, and I am back. So we've got control group 4 is nearly full. There we go, control group 4. Now what I want to see is if we can get a queen just to get another parasite off, and see if we can get some vision down here. Now I don't know if she's going to reach that very easily. She's going to take some damage, but right, so actually there's not quite as many dragoons as I thought. Actually quite tempting to see if we can get another dragoon parasited. Now have that base down there, shouldn't be too hard to crack. Have we got enough? We have. So let's get that parasite done as well. It's got a very long range. Right, okay, what are we dealing with in terms of dragoons? Quite a few down there, so we're gonna have to snipe them. So 3, and then go back there, and 4, and then go back there. Okay, that's pulled some of the dragoons over. In fact, it's going to be slow going, but let's set up the Guardians over here. And the Guardians can bombard them from range. In the meantime, I think I won't mind bringing sort of a sweeping attack down here, because I don't think they've got Reavers, although I should really check that. So let's see. Let's see if there's any Reavers. Look, the Dragoons have made my Overlord. But it looks fairly clear of Reavers, I say with some cautious optimism. So let's see if we can make some let's see if we can get some of that tasty Dragoon crab meat inside sorted out. Okay, so put a group here. That's a full control group there. Put a control group there. And that will probably work as a group as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send these to attack from the back, and hopefully all the groups should reach at the same time. And hopefully we can break that fortification. Meantime, I'm going to use the opportunity to replace my forces at the back. Okay, I think that's worked quite nicely there. Now, there we go. There's the Guardians. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cluster them fairly close together, and then I'm going to just get them to hold position. Now, the thing with it's going to be tricky is making sure they don't get too close to those Dragoons.
Our forces are under attack.
They can very easily snipe the Dragoons. They do a lot of damage in that way. Let's get some more Zerglings and Hydralisks down here as well. Now that is a concern, but hopefully if we sent... Okay, I was quite pleased with that. What happened is basically one Zergling in at a time means that he spends a whole Scarab to kill one Zergling. Okay, this is a major issue. That these Guardians need to get out of dodge really quickly. I don't know why Control Group 3 was sitting around there. I just did that. I do know why I hadn't selected them properly. So, okay. We've weathered that one. Now let's see. Can we... I think we can probably push in there. But the tricky part of this is going to be getting up onto the platform so that we don't sort of get stuck in pathing hell. So I'm going to move these up here. I think... No. Okay.
Our forces are under attack.
I think we can probably push in.
Our forces are under attack.
Zerglings with the attack speed, which are sometimes known as cracklings, are very devastating against buildings as well.
Forces are under attack.
I don't know if they're called cracklings because it's crack as in crack soldiers, or if it's a reference to crack because they're so fast. But, okay. I think... Yeah, see, we get the joys of the Protoss Reavers here, which are very nasty units. Very powerful. Have to be used very carefully. You can go Control Group 4. Let's go Control Group 5. In fact, I think we're doing a fairly good job of cleaning this up, but okay. Not a terrible assault. You, Burrow. No. He's dead. Right. A lot of Zerglings needed. You rally down there. You rally down there. You make a spore colony. Let's get a lot of Hydralisks and a lot of Zerglings. And we're going to take advantage of the fact that we can drop Overlord some of them over.
Our forces are under attack.
I think what we might want to do against this sort of outpost actually is just overwhelm with force. But the Reavers, if we can properly sort of micromanage them, can be dealt with, but they do concern me. So.
Our forces are under attack.
I imagine it's probably entirely possible to just build an entire wing of nothing but Guardians, but what I'm actually going to do is unload these over here. Pull these two over here.
Our forces are under attack.
Right, okay. let's just go in and sweep this up. So, let's see what she can see. Photon cannon. Actually, I think the Protoss haven't got much left to work with. So, let's park the Guardians here to deal with those static defences, and in the meantime, let's have these sweep along here. These are going to walk down here and then attack move along there. These are going to attack move along here. These are going to attack move along here. These are going to attack move along here. So, let's focus that photon cannon down. Actually, those Zerglings did a tremendous amount of work against that photon cannon. Don't think there's any Reavers left, actually. So, let's just move in. Ideally, you hotkey a lot of your ground forces as well, but there we go. Protoss think they've successfully been dealt with there. Now, interesting. Is there something I missed? Let's get some.
Where are you, Tassadar? Do your underlings always do your fighting for you?
This shall be our battleground, O Queen. Face me here, and I will defeat you myself.
Okay. One thing that I can't remember. I think if you do try and bring any other forces, he just doesn't appear, or there's some kind of. But we are going to take her alone. There are some kind of shenanigans that are afoot if you try and sneak, you know, pull a fast one.
Yes, Cerebrate?
But where's Tassadar?
Are you afraid to face me, Templar?
So long as you continue to be so predictable, O Queen, I need not face you at all. You are your own worst enemy.
And there we go. We have been outwitted by Tassadar, although I'm sure at great cost to his own forces. So, here we go. Victory for the Zerg Swarm against the Protoss. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.